young girl named Daluchi. She was the daughter of late Chief Okoro. Daluchi grew up with her grandmother, who taught her all that she knew. Her grandmother was a herbalist, and she taught her all about herbs and how to treat people. Daluchi started living with her grandmother at a very young age after she lost her parents. Her grandmother loved her so much, and she always protected her from harm. The news of some bandits began to spread round the village, and so Daluchi's grandmother Nene warned her not to go out alone or visit the stream when she was not around. But Daluchi was an adventurous child. She loved to explore and break rules. When her grandmother was asleep, Daluchi opened the door quietly to watch the stars again, as she believed her parents lived among them. She followed the moon as always and began to walk towards the stream. Before she knew what was happening, something hit her hard on her head and she passed out. It happened to be the bandits her grandmother warned her of. They took her far away from her village and sold her to some slavers. When Daluchi became conscious, she found out that she had been chained to a tree with some other children. It was that moment it dawned on her that she had been sold into slavery. Daluchi cried and cried and started regretting why she came out and disobeyed her grandmother. Her grandmother looked for Daluchi for a very long time, till her fragile heart could not take it any longer, and she died. Daluchi began to work for the slavers. They would work day and night and would be given a very small portion of food. They worked there for a very long time, till they were taken to the palace. They began to work as servants in the palace, and when it was night, they would be locked in a very small room. She did it for some years until one day, the Prince Obi became very sick, and no herbalist in the village was able to treat him. The king sought for herbalists within and outside the village, but no one knew what was wrong with him. The king placed a prize for anyone who finds the cure to his illness. When Daluchi heard of this, she decided to give it a try. At first, they hesitated to give her a chance, but the king ordered them to let anyone who came forward to help him a try. When Daluchi had finished examining the prince, she observed that he was bitten by a very poisonous insect. She went into the forest and gathered some herbs and made a concoction, just like how her grandmother taught her. And she gave some to the prince to drink and rubbed another on his body. The next day, the prince started getting better. Daluchi continued this for days till the prince was completely well. When the prince was fully recovered, the king asked her what she wanted in return, and she told him that she wanted the king to put an end to the buying of slaves and for all servants to be paid, and to be given a choice to leave or to stay. The king did exactly what she asked, and the servants in the palace were given proper treatment. When Daluchi heard of her grandmother's death, she decided to stay behind as there was no one to return to. She continued to work in the palace, and soon she captured the eyes of the prince. Daluchi and the prince fell in love, and the prince asked for her hand in marriage. The king refused, claiming Daluchi was an outcast and a slave, and over his dead body will his son marry such a girl. Daluchi, upon hearing this, fled the village and went back to her grandmother's house. The prince was left heartbroken, but he continued to visit Daluchi once in a while, and he never gave up on their love. Sometime later, the king was struck with an incurable illness, which eventually led to his death. Prince Obi was crowned king, and as the tradition demanded, he was asked to take a wife immediately from the village. King Obi told the elders that he would only be able to marry Daluchi. At first, they hesitated, proud to what the late king had said about their union. But they later agreed because of how she had helped the villagers in the past and how she would help them in the future. King Obi and Daluchi got married, and they were blessed with children. Daluchi became both the queen and the village healer, and she passed her knowledge down to their children, who in turn became a blessing to the village. This is the end of this story. Thank you for listening to this story. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. And please do not skip the ads on this channel, as it will be your way of supporting us. We love and appreciate you. Bye.